Alright, hello, hello, hello. 3, 2, 1, start. Alright. What is it? Okay, so we're going to be watching this video about this girl and why YuGiOh sucks. I'll refrain from calling her any names as best I can, and we'll go ahead and start the video. This is my reaction to this commentary on it, by the way. It may be a little bit laggy, I'll be honest, because my computer's running a little slow, got a lot of things on. Alright, so I'm going to be talking over this video a lot, pausing it, whatever, when I see fit. You know, these types of videos, listen to it in the background, whatever. This video is by Dark Titan Enterprises, a channel on, I guess, card games or Magic the Gathering. I'm not too sure. But this video was introduced to me by Farfa, which I uploaded like a week ago, I think. I don't even know. What she's talking about here is true. Konami has killed a lot of their games, which worries me about YuGiOh. Mind you, this video was indeed uploaded on the April 13th of 2018, same year as this video is being uploaded. So I guess like me, I guess like maybe they found it in their childhood. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know anything about this person. I just saw the last bit of this video, laughed at it, said let's do a full reaction of this negative video. Okay. I mean, why quit and hate it? This is true. 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 Okay, hold on. What she said here is wrong. I'm sorry, I'm having allergy problems. So, if I have to blow my nose, cough sometimes, so I'll be muting myself. You may hear a little. Anyway, what she said here was wrong. I did agree with some of it, but so what she's referring to here doesn't seem to be casual play, which is what I play. She's talking about the hardcore meta. Because with YuGiOh, meta is always hardcore. The meta is a rough and cruel thing that you really have to know what you're getting yourself into, really have to know everything about the game before you could hit that meta. You can't just be a 12-year-old kid going into the meta. You would have to be a wise 13-year-old kid, a wise 12-year-old, sorry, or whatever I said, to go into the meta. So what she said here is true. So there's a top deck, and then it gets power creeped out, or Bandless hits it, something happens to the deck, and then the decks below it become tier 0. This happened with what we saw recently with Spy Rolls, sorry. It was a tier 1, tier 0 deck. Bandless hit it. The deck that was underneath it, the tier 2 deck, which was Magicians, became tier 1 for a while. And so yeah. However, because new sets got released and all that stuff, currently in the meta, look at the date of this video, Sky Striker / Trickstars have been tearing up the tournaments recently. So moving Pendulum Magicians away. So that's how YuGiOh works. It's either the top get banned or something happens, and then the lower deck either takes the place, or if not, what ends up happening is just new stuff comes out, and it's like, well, this new stuff's better. Sorry, I had to reverse here. Yeah, it's true. This is true. Again, the meta is very cruel. A rogue deck, there's a chance, but it's a chance. Meta's meta because it's what wins all the time. This is why I don't play meta. This is why I don't play competitively. I do say if you want to pick up Yu-Gi-Oh and have a fun time, play with friends. Don't go to any mega whatever. You could go play at your local tournaments. Maybe the local you went to happens to be meta relevant, but maybe not. I don't know. It's different, depends. But me and my friend, we play. My friend plays Dark Magician because they like Dark Magician and not in the normal fashion. And I play my decks. Right now, right here is not my deck. This is the AI ABC deck. It's not my deck. But I play what I like. And our decks are not meta decks at all. We play casual as can be. Yes, because there's the meta. It's tournament play. Well, truth be told, you got one official format. They had like a couple formats, but in reality, you don't have to confine to the standard of the traditional format. You could go back and look at the previous formats you guys had, such as this is the advanced format. You could go back and do the traditional format, where all the banned cards aren't banned, they're just at 1. You could do that format. You and your friends could also make your custom ban list. Do it that way. Of course, this is not official play. It's not, official tournament play, but this is something that you and a group of friends could get to do together and do, and maybe even do it online. I know something like YuGiOh Pro here has the ability to determine what ban list you want to go for. So yeah, you want to go for the world ban list, the OCG ban list, the TCG ban list, and the TCG, the ban list basically decides what kind of game it is, really. TCG is different from OCG because the ban list is different, thus the game is different. Because of Link Monsters, people have actually gone separately. Either it's Master Rule 3, which is with the pendulum zones on the side and all that, or it's Master Rule 4. So if you don't like links, you and your friends can get together and say, let's just keep playing Master Rule 4 with this, whatever. So yeah, officially there may be only one type of thing, but you can get together with your friends and go ahead and have fun together, And if you don't have friends, well, welcome to my boat. Well, friends who don't play Yu-Gi-Oh like that is what I should say. I mean, I do have friends. You know what I'm trying to say here. There's also like places like this one website, even Dueling Nexus actually has Yu-Gi-Oh Nexus or whatever it's called. Dueling Nexus, I think they have tournaments. There's just some little communities in Yu-Gi-Oh that actually have their own custom tournaments and whatever. You could go ahead and sign up there, whatever. But they're fan made and all that, But I mean, at the end of the game, you're playing the game to have fun, so There's one official format. Goat format is an old form of format. I'll put it in the same place as basically a fan made up one. I don't know if it's official or not, but yeah. Goat, there's apparently a lot of strategy in Goat format. Because if YuGiOh has talked about Goat format and stuff, I've heard it out, and it seems to be a lot of strategy. Even though in modern Yu-Gi-Oh you got stuff like Fusion Monsters, XCs, all this stuff to get the game really going. Goat, it's like long, it's like chess, but like with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's long, it's tedious, but you kind of get advantage over this and whatever. But I feel like there's only 5 cards. But that's more personal with Goat. But anyway, Goat, think about it, it's long. I don't know. I don't want to use the word tedious. I feel like that's I don't know what that means fully. I don't know what cube is. This is true, but mainly, what is it? She said that the things in gold format aren't new. Well, because it's gold format. The reason why it's called gold format is because it's using this ban list, and no cards from the set, from a certain set beyond can be used. So that's why there's no new cards in gold format. Like I said, you can make your own formats up if you want. There's actually also another way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! It's called a speed duel, by the way. You see that actually done in Duel Links, but you also see a different type of speed duel played in Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. There's also speed duels or turbo duels from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, but you have to probably have the fan card speed world laid out and print your own speed, whatever. It's more fan stuff. It's not official. I'll just say that the whole. Whatever. But anyway, the speed duels from Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is an actual format, I believe. If you look on the Konami's page, it's like, yeah, it's official. They have like this little area, whatever, but it's not the main focus. Did she just say you could drop $5,000 on a deck? I hope not, because that's a lot of money for cards. I don't know about creating a creative piece of artwork, but I do know one thing. You could say forget the ban list, and I want to make a very ultimate deck in the most ultimate form. And basically, you see how all these cards banned. Well, fuck it, I don't care. I'm playing with friends. I can put this deck on display right here. This is my art. Fuck you. Sorry. However, I will say this. I think it's always up for debate about leaving a format for a deck. Because let's say if I wanted to play a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Blue Eyes White Dragon was just total trash in this one format. But if I switch the cards around that can only be played in a certain format or something like that, or maybe not, or just or just take the same deck and put it in this whole different format, and Blue Eyes dominates there. I don't know how to feel about that. It's 50-50. I think that's something that can be debated. I don't think that can be used as a bargaining chip to be like, this is why it wins. But also, I feel like this video is actually one big troll. Because you look at her desk over here, and she has these Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, I think. And when I say Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, I don't mean the playing cards. I mean like a card, like a big-ass card that has Yu-Gi-Oh! On it. On top of that, she has some monsters here in sleeves. She has some boxes. I don't know if this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Or not. But this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Right here. This is from the Zeal era, actually, and I think about it. It's Six Samurai. It's old. I don't know why she has so many structure decks of Six Samurai. I don't know what's wrong with her, but you do not need that many boxes. I understand like 3 boxes to build a deck. That's fine and all, but that's literally a case of Six Samurai. Sorry, dudes. Sorry. Oh, we're talking about Zodiacs now. Sorry, Zodiacs. Sorry, honey. That came out, yeah? That's because Zodiac was a tier 0 meta deck. The only people who were going to play it were the competitive people. That deck was not for me. It was not for anything else. Once it's dead and whatever, you can play it casually. No, it was like worth. I mean, you have to think about the price of the extra deck and the main deck combined. $60 for a tier meta deck is insane. I would probably say. I'm just saying because she said it was $500. Wait, was it $500? Let's go. Let's backpedal. Right around $600. It reprinted the cards. I know they didn't reprint all the cards. They reprinted like some key pieces, which were like $60. That's 100. You got like 100 and like hold on. That's 60. That's 50. That's 100. That's 120. 120 for 2 copies of a card. Then 6, 7, 8. That's $180 minus out of $600, around $600. So you're looking at a price drop of $500, or if not $400. The deck's still about the deck's still above $100. The deck's still above $300. I'm sorry, man. Collector's tin. There we go. Hot right there. I think she may be referring to the Mega Tins. Even if it's a collector's tin, the tins come with a like about 150 so cards. But I think it's a Mega Tin that she's referring to. The thing is, though, because I think I know what tin she's talking about. The Kaiba tin that came out. I have the tin. I remember getting some Zodiac cards and all that. I was like, oh, cool, but the deck's banned now. It's useless. However, that tin didn't give me the whole set. I had to buy at least like 5 of those tins to attempt to get those cards, and each tin costs about $20. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna do the whole math with that, but I'm just saying. I got one tin. I didn't get any of the key pieces. I did not get Dryden. I did not get Broad Bull, or did I get Dryden? Do I have Dryden? I feel like I didn't get Dryden, but I feel at the same time maybe I do have Dryden. I don't know. But I did get Rat Pier, which Rat Pier was a main staple of the deck, and I got some other random card. Which was probably some sense, because every time I saw a deck profile that involved Zodiacs, it did not show that little Ram dude. It always was Rat Pier, some other Zodiac, and then these 2 XC monsters. And of course, banned Norden over here. Why is Emerald banned? Just target 3 monsters in your graveyard, so draw 1 card, draw 1 effect monster in your graveyard. Oh, maybe because it's a non-effect monster? No, it was the draw 1 card effect, okay. Anyway. It was a $60 deck that went to $80. I'm pretty sure the deck was still about $80. It was still like around $100 for that deck. But to be honest, it's like $300. They reprinted all the stuff. You could buy a single, but the price didn't drop that much for the singles either. So you're still looking around $50, whatever, $30, and whatever. $30 for a copy of 1 card. No, sorry, $30. Yeah, $30 for the copy of 1 card. You need that card 3 times. That's $90. That's 3 Nintendo Switch games. People will use a deck of 40, so that's 3. So if I were to go 1, 2, 3. You still need to get all out of the cards. Twin Twisters is a good example. Twin Twisters at the time cost about $10. So stuff like that still costs a lot. People were running Solemn Strike. This card was at $60. So you got 60 and 60 on top of each other. Then you got your 3 strikes, or 2 strikes, and your 2 whatever Solemns. They were like about $15 each, or $20 each. Then you go into the extra deck. Utopia, the Lightning, was not an easy card. It was like $50. So it's $50. So with 3 copies each, and then another 3 copies each, that's more than $300. More than $200. Utopia is $50. These are like $20. So yeah, no, I think our math's a bit wrong. I think the deck was like $500. Then it may have decreased to $450. But still a lot of money. But it doesn't compare to what she said about playing a format and you have this waste grand on a deck and Magic. I hope she didn't say a grand for a deck in Magic. Because good God. Okay, now, I don't know what she was talking about, speaking in tongues here. but I won't make fun of her because of that. I'll just point out that she was speaking in tongues, I think. Okay, I know she's not, but you know what I mean. So, okay. 8 months. Is she okay? Like, is she like autistic? Like, what was that about? Just saying, like, she like, it's those videos where the news reporters are being called reptiles. So having meltdowns and shit. Like, that's what I felt like I just witnessed. But I feel like she was playing a bit. I hope she's okay. This is true. If you want to be a competitive player, don't be a competitive player unless you've got the money, time, resources, and ability, and you want to. I don't know about repurchase a deck. Why not just keep the deck you already have? But the deck you already have will just be no more. Maybe by repurchase a deck, she means keeping up with the meta, basically, and buying what would be meta. Yes, you do. Now, I heard that Magic MTG over here, there's a lot of formats, just a lot of decks, and it's also a shit ton of money. I don't think Magic is a cheap game, because you have to keep up with everything. In case you guys don't know how Magic is formed, at least one format of Magic involves keeping up with a certain amount of sets, and then they rotate. So now the last 5 sets aren't good anymore. You got to keep up with these new 5 sets. So it's on a set rotation of sets. So you'll be buying more cards. You will be buying and making more decks. YuGiOh is just one banless, and cards come out, but you can still use everything from the first booster pack, which is the Legend of Blue Eyes. You wouldn't want to, competitively speaking, but you could if you wanted to. Nothing's stopping you. But if you want to win, don't do that. If you want to just use this card or something from back then in your deck, go ahead. If you want to stick it in your side deck and just have it down there as a funny little thing, you can, as long as the card's not banned on the ban list. Yeah, that's it. No one's gonna get upset. Yeah, I don't know. You get on a set rotation. It's just like a ban list, and the ban list gets updated every so on and so on. With Magic, though, like I said, that one format, or maybe that's just the main format. I don't really know anything about Magic, but I do know that it's on the set rotation. Many people argue that YuGiOh should go on a set rotation, but many people argue against it. It's a debatable thing. You would have to repurchase things from a deck except for the staples. This is wrong. Monster Reborn has been a staple for a very long time, but then one day it was on the ban list. It was at 1 for a long time. A lot of decks had it in it, and then just boop, it was on the ban list, and there you go. This card was on 1 ban list. This card was at 3 for the longest time. Got ban list. It's now at 1. This card was at 3. Now it's at 1. This card was at 3, now it's at 1. Maybe some new ban ones, whatever. The game does changes. I mean, right now Rigeki's at 1, Dark Hole's at 1, I think. This is actually why I have it on here, so in case I need to look up a card. So, Rigeki. Nope. What am I looking for here? Spell. Type in Okay. Type in search. I am at 800 cards, and I've got a long way to go from here. But we'll look up Dark Hole instead. Dark Hole is at 1. Dark Hole is not really a staple. There was actually, you know what? At one point, I think there was staples. The staple card. You eat this, you eat that. But I looked up staples, and that page was removed from the YuGiOh wiki. And then I kind of realized that some decks just don't function with the so-called staple cards. The deck I use, Dark Hole is not a good thing to have in the deck. I mean, if I ain't got nothing else, I guess I'll stick Dark Hole in it. As you can see, this deck does not have Dark Hole in it because this deck does not function like that. Another deck I built does not need Dark Hole in it. So Dark Hole's not really a staple. Of course, you're talking about a long ago time and a long ago meta. Just a little fun fact here. It is actually called Black Hole. Dark Hole is only the TCG name. In the original Japanese of YuGiOh, it is Dark Hole. It is called Black Hole. But we know it as Dark Hole, which doesn't make sense, but Konami, they're censoring. Now, this is pretty sad that she brings it up and she words it like that. Because I'm going to get a little retarded here. I know it's a meme and all that, but I don't think she believes in the heart of the cards. When I say that, I'm not getting at the anime, the meme, whatever. I'm getting at I've watched all 5 YuGiOhs, alright, in the Japanese, because I enjoy the series. And I've played the game. I collect cards. I think Ghost Ogre is a pretty cute little tuner over here, and I would have 3 copies of her. And if I don't have any use for her effect, good effect, thank you, Ghost Ogre. But I just probably want to use you in any of my decks. A good example of this would be, what is it? Monsters. Okay, this card right here. This artwork of Blue Eyes. I have a card like this. And to me, over the years, this is what I'm trying to get with Ghost Ogre, but I can't replicate it. I can't use an example. I have to show you this. Sentimental value. That's what I'm talking about. Gaining a bond with your card. That's why I say heart of the cards. Because Yugi has a bond with his cards, thus he has the heart of the cards with his cards. Same thing with Jaden. Jaden loves his hero monsters. He thinks they're cool. He has a bond with them. He's like, yeah, these are some cool dudes I could chill with. He has the heart of the cards. Yusei was born in a trash dump, thrown away by society, just like trash is. His monsters were also like that. He found them in garbage dumps and all that. And he loves his cards. He loves his Junk Synchron, his Junk Warrior, his Sonic Chick, his Doppel Warrior, and he found his Stardust Dragon, and he's like, I like all these cards. They're my family. Sentimental value. He has the heart of cards. Now, let's go back a little bit here. Yeah, of course. They're cards, If you want to make a quick buck, you can go ahead, Okay, I'm done with this meta deck. I knew what I was getting myself into by playing the meta. The new stuffs are coming out. I'm going to sell this deck. Here you go. Sometimes people sell a deck and all that because they're like, whatever. And then, it turns out that deck was actually rose in price and all that. Sometimes they're like, I sold the deck. And they're like, whew, it turns out that all the stuff now costs like $1. That's just how things turn. I said, don't play meta. That's, what you're getting yourself into. And this little girl shouldn't have been playing meta. She should have been playing just regular old casual Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it looks like she was not prepared for any of this. Now, this is the part that I have to go over again. It does hurt a little bit. Not like, my feelings or like, I'm actually in pain, but just like that's just so wrong. If you put if you're not going to play with a deck, I just say just sell it, alright? However, maybe you've played Gem Knights, and Gem Knights was at their hype or whatever, and then something else came along that was cooler or whatever. Maybe, well, actually, this is true. This is something I've seen in the community of Yu-Gi-Oh! Many people love Necros. It was this ritual archetype. Let's see if I can bring it up here, just so you know, if you just want to glance over or whatever. Ritual. Whoops. Sorry about that. Started with the N. Search. Here we go. Necros. You guess I'll use this card as a basis then. It was a whole archetype, Necros, of ritual monsters. People were like, oh, cool, it's a ritual deck. We miss rituals and all this stuff. And even now, I scrolled out to comments about like 2 or 1 year ago, and I would read comments of people saying, I miss Necros. Not I miss well, they miss Necros because they're no longer Necros format. But they're like, a lot of people, there's a fan base for this archetype. People miss the archetype. People still are on that, they still have the deck. They're still going at it with the deck. Like Blackwings. Blackwings also a good example. A lot of people, Blackwings are dead, but a lot of people still play Blackwings. I'm talking about dead like a competitive sense. A lot of people like Blackwings. A lot of people play Blackwings. So they just keep at it with Blackwings. And a lot of people love Blackwings. So, just because deck isn't meta relevant, like Necros, it's at the hype of whatever. Maybe that person grew a certain amount of value because, it's the first deck they won with and all that, little term or whatever. And then Necros died down and all that. They put it... maybe not even a little white box, because I've seen some crazy deck boxes like a skull or some sort of weird ancient tome looking thing. Like I have this, what is it? What do I have? I don't know. I'll just say they're deck boxes. There's deck box case. There's different cases for deck boxes, but some deck boxes can get real insane. Maybe they went out of their way and bought some sort of skull deck box. I've seen this in what was it? Right here, if you can see, Tolarian Community College, the reviews of deck box and stuff from the professor. He's reviewed some real magnificent works of craft. They're not used to game with, obviously, because when you see them, it's like the skull, the mouth detaches so you can put dust in it, the head detaches, you take the top of the head, put your deck in there. It's meant for decoration and to hold the cards you hold precious for. Even the professor of oh my god, well, this is a first, guys, look at that. I screwed this up. Anyway, of Talarian Community College, even he realizes that, there is such amount of value. And it's not just something you would go ahead and just throw away. You know what I mean? Give me a second. I'm going to find my place. Okay, I think this is it. No, not yet. But it's true, though. You don't have to really rebuy staples, because you could say, hey, take out Dark Hole, let's take it to this other deck. Anyway, it's right here. Sell it. Okay, that's fine. So, never be played again. Okay, understandable. But then again, you can play it in a casual sense. Maybe the time of a card being banned or whatever is over and it's back. But it's just not meta enough again. Or maybe, something like Shadows. Maybe El Shadow Construct will always be banned, and now you can't play at full power, but you can still play it in the game, in the meta, if you want to. It won't be meta, of course, but you're playing casually. And, of course, the last part is, you would take out that old Necross deck you won with from whatever glass monument deck box you put in, or maybe you did put it in a regular old white deck box and you stored it under your bed and you may have forgotten about it, but then you remembered, yeah, that archetype, oh, I remember. Or maybe you just stuck it somewhere in a bookshelf or something, and then maybe one day you're just like, yeah, I remember. You open up and you look at it again. You touch it again, and then you think to yourself, you think all the memories come back of you winning that tournament, or maybe you losing, but you had fun doing it. Sure, it was the meta, but that's what you enjoy. You remember playing Necrons like this and this. Maybe you reshuffle the deck. You lay it all out again. You shuffle it again. Throw it through the cards. You shuffle it again. You shuffle it again. And then you set it down. You go through the combos again. And you're like, yeah, this was awesome. Then you look at all of the cards' artworks and you think, damn, It's just the shit you do with the shit you do. With the shit, just the shit you do with the shit you love, basically. You may look at Necros Sophia and be like, you're a pretty cool dude, what's up with you, where's that band dude here? I don't think he's banned, but you know what I mean. It was Brionic, Necros of Brionic, Evil Gishki, Hungry Hamburger, Necros of Unicorn. Same thing with him, Guess not. May have skipped him, actually. But either way, you just look at a card and you're like, yeah, whatever, sentimental value, all that stuff. You just don't put it away in a box. You know what I mean? And hey, maybe you use some of the parts of that deck to fuel another deck that's meta. Maybe not. Maybe you do sell it. I say you can sell it if you want, but if you have some meta value for that, you're gonna put it up. Maybe you're gonna put all the cards in a book, and one little slot of that book at a time until you fill up all 40 and all 15. And then you'll go through that book and be like, yeah. Or maybe they'll all be in a deck box somewhere. Not forgotten, but there's that deck. There's that deck I love. So it's just wrong to say that, I feel. Okay. This is so wrong. Nothing old holds value. Ooh, I wish that was true. Because looking up some Elemental Hero cards that I wanted to buy, they were like $30 because they've only been printed once. So let's look up some old cards. Let's look up an old favorite. Hey, let's all look up Dark Paladin. Now, YuGiOh, there's different sets, there's different series, there's different things. Dark Paladin has been reprinted over and over. The cheapest Dark Paladin... Oh, well, checking card prices. The cheapest you could find Dark Paladin if you want to play it. This is the common rarity from what set is this again? Excuse me, hello. What set is this from? Whatever. Dark Paladin, common, unlimited, played, unlimited, Yugi edition, whatever. 30 cents. Alright, 30 cents. If you want to play it, that is. It's still the same monster. But if you're that collector, the highest this card goes for is $20. Now, where is the highest rarity? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. This is from Yugi's Legendary Decks. Common. Mind you, common. The most highest price for this card is $20. Non-hollow, first edition, from that set. Here's Legendary Dragons deck. Different artwork, mind you. So this means the card's different. It may be the same card, technically, but the card is different. $18, 39 cents. So artwork, it's a little different here. Now we scroll down. We're going to go ahead and see. This was common, Millennial Pack. $20. Cheapest, $48. However, again, this is common, mind you. Common. I just want to say that also Millennial Pack isn't that old. Or maybe it is. Let's go check out Millennial Pack. We'll show you a picture of Millennial Pack. Okay, so this is an image of Millennial Pack. Millennial Pack was released. When was this released? Total value? The highest, the lowest, the average. Millennial Pack was released back in what year? Millennial Pack TCG Player. Millennial Pack is a pack of the game. Is a generic card game like this question? Whatever. 5 type, whatever. What was the year this came out? 2016. Or in Portugal. Oh, sorry. 2016, everywhere else. It's a 2-year-old. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording. I need to go ahead and make another part because I've been recording for a long time. So, see me in part 2. Yeah.